Cool. So today, this is Yuzu from Chromium BFCache team, backforward cache team. And today I'm going to present the proposal for not restored reason API for BFCache. So for those who might not know about backward cache basically improves the performance of history navigations, and it becomes instant, basically by freezing the page and keeping it around, and upon restore, we just resume the page. And we're aiming for more than like 50 plus coverage hit rate for this year. So that's what we're aiming for. But we cannot cache all the pages at the moment. And even if we even if Chromium implement a lot of things we are working on, still we cannot like cover everything. And we need websites help to make the pages BFCacheable, like BFCache eligible. So this API, our proposal is to help us let the sites know why the pages are not getting BFCached. So there's a explainer here. I shared a link to Yoav, I think. And there is a GitHub issue also, and we are currently proposing to extend the navigation timing API to include the why the page is not BFCached. And our proposal is to expose a tree of frames with the information of whether or not the frame blocked BFCache, like true or false. And then if true, like reasons what exactly is blocking BFCache. And this can be empty if the first item is false. And HTML ID and source attribute of the frame, so that the web authors can identify the frame that it's talking about, and the current location of the frame and the child frames. And those like last two items are only exposed if if its frame is the same origin with the main frame. I'm gonna explain it more in the next slide. So yeah, there is a concern about exposing cross-origin iframe information, but we think it's fine as long as we mask the subtree of the cross-origins subtree. So basically, our proposal is to only report if the subtree, the cross-origin subtree, is blocking BFCache or not, and exposing that fact is already kind of exposed, and you can easily figure that out. So our theory is that that's okay to expose the fact that it's BFCacheable or not. And we're not going to report the reasons why b.com is blocking, what exactly is blocking BFCache here. Or we not going to report any child frames, like even if there are like child frames like under b.com, we're not going to report that. So basically masking the subtree. And we're also going to report at the point of navigating away from the page. So if the subframe navigates from b.com to c.com, we're going to only report the information of c.com. So that's our proposal. And yeah, as I said, we are proposing to extend navigation timing API, and I filed an issue in the navigation timing API GitHub. So it would look something like this. Maybe something like this, like one of the performance entry will have like not restored reason category, and it will report the hash map of like URL, like ID, and whether it's blocking BFCache or not. And if true, like reasons, like hash array of reasons, and children frames, if any. So if everything is same site, it's gonna look like this, like URL source attribute like ID like X, and if it's blocking or not, and reasons, and children will have like the same information like this. And if a frame is blocking BFCache, it's going to have a reason like this. And if it's cross-site, you can see here, like if b.com, even if b.com is blocking BFCache, we're not going to report any reasons. We were discussing whether it should be just an empty array or null. We haven't figured out. But even if it has child iframes, it's going to be empty. Children will be empty, and URL will be also masked. So yeah, that's our proposal. And another point here to discuss maybe is whether or not we should like standardize reasons. And because if we don't standardize reasons, it's gonna confuse developers. Like if Chromium just ripples a broadcast channel and Safari says like broadcast channel, that would be like very confusing. So maybe we should like make a pull request and standardize before adding any new reason. So that's like one idea. But then like that might not be sufficient because we might want to add more detailed reason for standardized name. Like even for like broadcast channel, it can be just an open connection or like messaging, and like the browser might want to know the breakdowns of those reasons. So we could probably like add detailed explanation here, like extension inside of extension, it can be like messaging or something else. So yeah, I think that's all I have for slides.
Okay, let me stop the recording.